Hi guys, we are back on this Mobile Minded Friday. It's your girl Toni B. Of course I said, I have somebody here today, and I wanted to make sure I took time. I was off. I've been off a few days dealing with the passing of my dad. But when Coach D, when her people hit me and was like, I've been wanting to get in chemistry, I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna come in. And so now you guys see on the camera, this is Miss Coach D. She is a coach. She is a personal and professional healing type of energy that I just basically just kept going across Instagram going, well, everything she says means something to me. But it wasn't. And I'll say this, welcome to the Toni B Show. I'm Toni B, and your digital imprint impressed me and it welcomed me.
Oh wow,
that's and I just want to say thank you about that.
Oh wow, that is amazing. I'm so appreciative for that. I want the energy, the presence of what it is, the gift in me to always go forth, as though you know me already.
Yeah, and I promise you, it was like I would go, just out loud by myself, or when I'm seeing your quick memes, I'll say, even if it looked like one that your memes on Instagram, even if they look like something that Mary was about to be goofy, it'll still come up with some good thing. Right. And I was just like, it really kept me going. And I know a lot of times people will see things and they say it's only got one like on it, and I was like, Jesus had 12 followers, so y'all need to stop tripping.
Right.
And I want to say personally, thank you for coming on the show today and taking time out to be in this love space that we are in.
Wow. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm all about that space. So, thank you for having me.
Now, I like to do this. I tell people all the time, I say, I'm known as they said, this is my first interview. And I go, and I like to say, I bust your chair. But I also, when I say, because I'm interviewing you, I would love for us to tell you what you want us to know, not those probing, well, girl. No, what would you want to share to the world and say about Coach D on this moment right here in this space? Because today I always call it a Mobile Mind Friday. Right. And when it says the mobile mind, I think about how a mind will allow you, it expands. You're not tripping in one space. It just goes from here to there. It makes money and it makes energy, all that come in one spot. So that's how I see a mobile mind. And say, you gonna bring something up? Touch my hand. That was Mama saying.
I'm loving you.
Okay.
I noticed that sign, and I was telling my assistant, I said, today is the right day. I said, sister, recognize Mobile Friday.
Yeah.
And I'm here today.
Yeah.
Come on, manifestation.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Well, let me just share. Coach Debb is a whole lot. She's a whole lot of personality, and I wear a lot of hats. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here today. I was expecting that you had your own questions, but I appreciate the liberty to be able to share because this is Domestic Violence Month.
Well, what we want, what I've learned to do about those things that seem not so good to us, I acknowledge that it happens. I'm grateful that it hasn't happened to me, and I pray for those that it may be happening to, and I pray that they come out of it.
Absolutely. I appreciate you stating that because you're looking at someone that don't look like what you've been through. I am a survivor.
Look like that. Now you do look like you don't take no meds.
Well, I did during that period of time. It's just that because of the grace of God, I am a healed person, so I don't look like the type that would have ever allowed someone, to put their hands on me. I'm so fortunate to be here today with sound mind, with a whole lot of things that are going on in my life. But as a survivor of domestic violence, it actually opened up many doors for me because I took that situation that I was in, and the Lord healed me, and so much got created from it. So Debb Enterprises, as a financial guru, I like to state, because I cover so much when it comes to the finances, founded an organization for survivors for domestic violence and abuse. Love yourself first every day.
I know we got a young lady that won our group, and Dominique King, let me say that.
Right.
She does the thing called Me First, and I love it because she says Me First. And I'll wrap it up real quickly. The young lady I started management with, a good friend of mine, Rhonda P. Hines, she had given me these 5 just about my shows, 5 things about me.
Right.
And she just was like, you need to do this, you need this, this. And I stuck to it. She was like, okay, she said, Monday, you talk about motivation. She said, but you talk about motivating yourself.
Right.
And I was like, okay, good. And she talked about Tuesdays, Magistrate. Like, she was just helping me put these things together. Then Wednesdays was, what's the mission? What's the purpose? Did you find yourself in this place?
Right.
And Thursday was about parenthood and motherhood. And Friday was the mobile mind. But God, being that I allowed somebody to help me, because sometimes we don't know how to get help.
That's right.
So being that I was like, maybe if I couldn't even word the help right, or it didn't look, because some people will look at me and go, girl, what you need help with? And I'm like, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did receive on that end was a lot of people don't understand. You're the vessel. You're the part where it starts. You're the part where it's beginning and ending. And God will let you say, okay, if you say, well, I don't know what to say, somebody will come up and say, well, it looked like you should have said that. And you say, thank you. So putting you first over somebody else's foolishness is always first. So I just wanted to say thank you, because you show that from me ever meeting you.
Oh, wow. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want people to see, because a lot of survivors, they're still in that pitiful place. You know what I'm saying? They've survived, but they're still in chains. They're still bound, you know. They're still living with the fear and the triggers and the nightmares and all those things. It has been 20-something years. So I don't deal with any of those things, but I get it. All these sisters are my sisters. You know, I'm family to all the women and men, sisters and brothers to all of these people that are either in that state or have come out of that state. And because of the tragedy in my life, which almost took me out of here, so many things have taken place as a positive, because I have a podcast called Relationship Lounge Podcast and a show, which is a live show for Relationship Lounge. And it's a platform for a safe space for survivors. It's Reveal and Heal. That's the segment.
Reveal and Heal.
Reveal
I love
and
it. Reveal and Heal.
You share your truth and your survival.
Ooh.
It's a safe space where you don't feel judged. You just let it rip. And then it's an open format for others to communicate and share, because, you know, it's an ongoing process, Toni. We need each other. So out of that situation, out of that tragedy, look what God is doing.
Always. And you know,
girl,
I ain't gonna, if I want to cry, I will cry.
Go ahead. It's all right.
But it's like you said, so even to bring it back to the mobile mindset, if you can't figure out how to make something out of nothing, and when somebody said you ain't nothing, or somebody said you ain't gonna be this without me, or something made you feel like, oh, look at you, what's the line on Color Purple? What's the line on Color Purple? You ain't gonna never be, you know, like
fool. That's what he was when he was saying it.
But even off of those statements, a lot of times this is what I say, oh, thank you for letting me notice it. Let me get myself together. Oh, I was looking like a fool. I appreciate it. And most of my friends pick at me because I don't think they meant it in a bad way. They go,
but death and life is in the power of the tongue. You have to be careful what you say, period. You can't even joke when you know how powerful you are.
Look, that's what, end of the show, wrap it up.
I can't even play with words.
But that is when I say, and when you get so bold in it, and you get so, but God will say, this is one thing I'm so glad about it, and I know in the manifestation and the boldness of saying, she called, I was like, oh, look, baby, I'm sorry, I when your assistant called. I really did. I said, I don't want to sound, somebody was in the car going, but Toni, your dad did die. And I said, well, I don't want to put her off. And she was like, no. Because even in the midst of this powerful being in my life, like no matter what somebody think or so, I know how I am. Even in the midst of somebody saying he's gone, I was going, but you've been taught to carry on. You've been taught to carry on. You've been taught to carry on. Even, it don't mean that I'm out here going, oh, nothing happened.
Right.
No.
That doesn't mean that at all.
I was like, my rent still have to be paid. Look. What my daddy did leave me with work to be done.
Yeah, it is. There it is.
So I welcome the day when you said, yeah, I'm coming. I'm like, okay, good. This gonna be good. Miss Debb Enterprises. And I looked at the, like you said, relationship now. People don't even want to speak their truth because they don't know their truth.
They don't. And they're afraid to, darling. Shame has silenced people. Shame. That demon has silenced so many. And you know, I have a ministry called No More Silence Ministry. Because as a voice for the silent, it is my duty. I am commissioned by God to make it as safe as possible for women and men to get that out. Come forth and free yourself.
Yep.
They gotta be liberated. But see, it starts with someone, supporting them and letting them know that it's okay. There's no wrong answer. There are no wrong words. Be as raw. I don't care what it takes. Set yourself free. Because it'll take you out of here.
Because you come to the right place about being yourself. Being raw. Look, they say, well, why you just so happy? Well, what else should I be?
What else?
You get what I'm saying? Or when you say set yourself free. Well, I don't want to say, I ain't gonna tell you. Everybody done been through something. And I love the fact, that's why I say I can I'll look at your things. I'm not being funny. When I say, if you notice, I'm going, oh, did I not say something? Because being that, people think they haven't been in a fight. People think, oh, I haven't almost been put out my house. People think, oh, somebody said, even I used to tell people I was a recruiter. I would say, let me tell you something. Even and it came to pass when for college, I would recruit kids for the military.
Right.
And I would say, let me tell you something. Superstars ain't writing checks to colleges. I said, even Denzel don't want to write no check to a college. And look at it. You see how this stuff don't came out with the people. But I was ahead of my time thinking, going, that's not rational. You work hard for an institution and people don't see the bigger, like you feed the beast of beauty.
How about that?
You feed the beast of beauty. And when people try to make you feel ashamed about it, so that's the less it can eat. That it can't eat because you don't want to say anything at all about anything. And y'all, we stuck. But people like us, people like you, people like Miss JJ, people like Rhonda, people like Martika, these are women sticking together on a basis of love.
Yes, ma'am.
And going, can you tell somebody else so it just don't look like I'm sitting here just doing the taking all the work, and I don't want to look like I'm overshining. Because listen to them, let them talk to you. That's how you'll start to feel. You get what I'm saying? You know what you're saying.
Because I'm a talker. Yes. But guess what? I'm free. So those thoughts don't even enter my mind. It's like, God give it to me and he opened up that way for me to speak it. Somebody need to hear it. If it ain't but one that receive it. I can't be concerned about, what other people are thinking because I have the gift of reading minds. So I can read your thoughts,
You know the part when you ever did it, they go,
girl, look. I look at you like, I know you see, I know you hear. Oh, yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Listen, we've been silent too long. I know my duty. I know my purpose. Been silent too long, and I love myself, and of course, this is the manifestation of that. I practice what I preach. I ain't gonna say one thing and live another. What you see is what you get. Anybody that know me gonna tell you who I am, and it's going to be the same story down the line.
So you know what happens, right? When people figure out, oh, they're telling too much. Oh, they figure out, well, I ain't gonna be able to sell that. Well, let me sell it myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on the show today, when I say Debb Enterprises, I'm seldom at a loss for words because I know you got enough. We're about to go to a break, but when we come back from break, we're going to talk about what made her start posting and saying, you know what, I'm gonna let my light shine and tell my own dang on story. I want to hear that. It's a Mogul Mind Friday. It's your girl Toni B, your midday motivator. When we come back, we'll have more with my sister Debb. Yes. Thank you, God.